on? Why did you have to do that?
I know, but that's
right before. That's
Sorry.
what friends are for. Keep smiling.
Keep
shining.
No,
Okay.
you can always count on
Can always
me.
count on you. Always.
Oh, show.
For sure. Okay. We're just doing some pre-show. How are you guys? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You guys should check out all of our stuff online. It's chicksontheright.com/links. When I say stuff, I'm talking about socials and whatnot. You should check that stuff out. My nose is running. It's probably because Mock said something really horrible before we went online. And
it wasn't horrible.
It's pretty horrible. I mean, it's pretty depressing. She gets really depressing sometimes, like right before we go live. And then I'm like, it was really startling. Okay. Also, let's talk about dogs. We should talk about dogs.
Who doesn't want to? Christie, Noem, that's how.
Christie, Noem, and Mitt Romney don't want to talk about dogs on top of the cars and getting shot in the face. You should visit coatdefense.com and use promo code CHICKS when you check out to save 15% off your entire order. This stuff is bomb.com, you guys. It helps them in so many ways. The preventative powder, they have like the balm. I use the balm probably most of all. I know the preventative powder is your favorite, but the balm I use all the time in this house.
Little nose.
And the Toby. And just on general like scrapes and stuff like that, because my dogs are constantly beating the crap out of each other. So it's like wild kingdom up in here. So do that. Coatdefense.com and use promo code CHICKS. Do it.
All I was saying, in case people were interested, is that there is a trend right now on TikTok. Now, I don't know if it's just me and the algorithm, probably, but there's a trend right now where I'm seeing a lot of videos of people talking about how to move out of the country, because there's a lot of people that have this feeling that the country is on its way. Yeah, it's just like on its way to being donezo. And so they're like, where can we go if there's no America? And people are already leaving and making plans to leave. And there was this one chick I saw yesterday who was like, here are the top places that you should consider moving that you're not considering moving to when the United States falls. And the first one was Albania.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't have any interest in moving to Albania. And then one of them was Georgia,
the country. Yeah. Which is like, I think right on the Russian border, if I'm not mistaken. I would not. That's
thank you. Thank you. But no.
I'm
not. And then I can't remember the other two that you said. What was
Argentina was one. And then I cannot remember the fourth.
Well, Argentina. Yeah. I think they just got their crap together. Right. So I can see
the fourth was Mexico. And I'm like,
what?
That makes no sense considering so many from Mexico are coming here.
Right.
So
Zero
like, are
sense.
we trading places? Like, what's happening? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. Yeah. And good luck getting in, because they actually have immigration laws, I think, over there.
Well, and that was one of the reasons that Albania and Georgia were listed, is because she said you don't need a visa to stay there for an entire year to get like yourself settled and situated, where a lot of these other countries, Pam said Belize. We've talked about Belize too.
I mentioned that. Yeah. One of my husband's friends lives in Belize, and I said that to her right before we went live. I was like, that seems, at least there's like a beach.
Yeah. Somebody's got a friend in Albania.
And my kids, our oldest daughter, she loves Iceland. And she's often said, if crap is a fan, I'd love to live in Iceland. The problem with Iceland is that they don't let people in. Yeah. They actually have strict immigration laws. Go figure.
That's why these top four were listed, because the visa situation makes it very easy to move there and be there comfortably while you're trying to actually become a citizen of that country.
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here.
Yeah,
I love America, and that's how I feel too. Some people are saying, Dwight, I feel exactly the way that you feel. I'm staying. I'm fighting. I'm going down with the shit, man. I'm staying here.
Right. Even if it's the Titanic, man, we are the fiddlers. We're the violinists on the Titanic.
Right. That is me. I am right there playing all the music, except for it probably won't be classical, but I'm right there.
Stephanie was like, I'm too lazy to move. It's true. It does sound like a lot of work.
It does. I know. It's hard enough for Mock to move to South Carolina, let alone Albania.
Don't even get me started, man. Moving is
Mhm.
so complicated and so
Stressful.
not fun at
Right.
all. Who said this was fun? It's not fun.
Mhm.
You know what is
Mhm.
fun though? Is doing things in comfortable shoes. And that is what you
True.
can do when you wear Born shoes. If you've not worn Born shoes before, you are missing out on some seriously snazzy looking, comfortable, sensible shoes. That's the thing about Born is that they're known for comfort. That's why their whole tagline is take comfort in Born shoes. But they also are just master craftsmen when it comes to just designing beautiful footwear that actually feels amazing to wear. And I know right now, like all the rage is sandals, obviously, because we're heading into summer, but don't forget they've got sneakers, boots,
Cute
heels. I mean, they've
boots.
got like
Yeah.
so many cute things and little booties that are super, super
Mhm.
cute. So many cute shoes. And of course, because you're Chicks on the Right listeners, you get a discount when you use code CHICKS at bornshoes.com. You're going to save 15% plus get free ground shipping on all full price shoes. They're life changing because
Yeah.
it's very, you don't want to necessarily just be in Birkenstocks just because you reach a certain age and you want to be comfortable, or like me, you have a bunion. You
That's
know,
right.
you
Mhm.
want to be able to wear cute stuff still. And that is what is so awesome about Born Shoes. Bornshoes.com. Check them out. Also, can we preview the guest that we're going to have today, hopefully later today, in a separate show? I think we should do that, right?
Yeah,
Because we're going to try to release that
absolutely. Yeah.
today.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
If you guys remember from 2014, if you were following us back in 2014, we introduced you all to a wonderful Israeli man by the name of Eitan Chitayet, who wrote this super powerful piece called Shalom Mother Effer. And it was amazing. I just reread it this morning only because I was like, God, that's what created our friendship with him is
Mhm.
is finding that piece and then talking to him on the radio, and then just we've been friends with him ever since.
Right.
And so Shalom, I read it this morning again, and it is about Hamas and how Hamas's full intention is to kill Israelis. And I was like, here we are 10
10
years
years.
later.
Mhm.
And look at the explosion on all the campuses that we're dealing with right now. It's
Mhm.
just unbelievable. We're going to be talking to him for a special sort of deep dive edition of our show. And we hope, because we're doing that right after the show, and we hope
Mhm.
that that will be released, produced, and all that stuff that needs to go. The production happens, and then it gets released sometime this evening. That's the hope. At the latest, it'll be tomorrow. But I encourage everybody to listen to that because he really has some things to say to people who are not in the Jewish community and
Because
people
that's
who
who,
are.
because that's who he usually talks to is people in the
Right.
Jewish community. But then, I think he really wants to expand his circle and be like, okay, I need to, and he knows how we feel about all of this stuff. He's a
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful man. So hopefully
Yeah.
we can get it. You guys can see his perspective. We can all get his perspective on this. But yeah, really cool guy.
Yeah, it's a treat to be able to talk to him. Very, very excited to bring you that interview. Alexandra, thank you. Alexandra says Croatia is a conservative Catholic country, so if anyone wants to move there, you have my blessing, and we have strict immigration laws too. Interesting. Croatia, it's beautiful. That's
Yep.
always been someplace I want to visit.
Mhm.
And Sid, superfan Sid, says, Mock, please tell your builder that you need a Born shoe closet now. I might. I might
Yeah.
actually need
Mhm.
built out space for that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we do have some things to just fill you in on ahead of videos. And the first thing is that RFK Jr. has now been put on the ballot in California. I didn't realize it's only 3 states now. It's California, Utah, and Michigan. That's it. That's all he's on the ballot for so far. I guess he's expecting to get everywhere, but he's kind of running out of time. So I don't think he's going to impact anything in particular in California. Michigan, he's likely to tip some scales.
You
But
don't think he's gonna affect anything in California, really?
I don't know. I feel like
I
that's
don't.
such a Biden-y place.
I think he could affect some stuff in California. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think he could. Yeah, I
Well,
think it's
that's happened.
yeah. Yeah, I think he could.
Okay. Well, that is a thing. Lots of chitter chatter right now about who Trump is going to pick as his running mate. I saw a lot of folks talking about is it Doug? I think it's Doug
It's
Burgum.
Doug Burgum. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people are speculating that it could be him because Melania and Trump hosted Doug and his wife at Mar-a-Lago recently. And so people are like, ooh, what does that mean? And it does make a lot of sense if you think about how even keeled, how very much willing he would be to be in the shadow of Trump, how he'd just be willing to be, very Mike Pence-y about.
That's the thing. He is very Mike Pence-y from a
Mike
temperament standpoint. So that's very predictable. My daughter-in-law loves him. She's a millennial, obviously, and she loves him. Like she wanted him to be the presidential candidate. Isn't that weird? Isn't that kind of weird?
It's wild.
Yeah, it is kind of wild because she was like, he seems like a very well-tempered father and he's a business owner. And and so I remember her saying she was all in for him. I was like, this is so bizarre. Yeah, it was really weird. So, I mean, you can't discount the guy as being likable in certain circles. I mean, she's a millennial and she really liked him, but I do think that he's too safe. I think
I just don't know that
too safe.
Changes anything. Like, I feel like people will be like, okay. You know what I mean?
I think he's too vanilla. Like he should. I hope that this isn't. I like him. I think Doug Burgum is fine. He's a nice man. It's just that I don't think that's a very good pick if you want to like really go in there ball busting and win. I think you need to pick like a Tulsi or something at this point.
Yeah, we'll see. There's been no announcement, and somebody else mentioned too that Trump also met with DeSantis yesterday, and that had a lot of people wondering how Laura Loomer was going to be dealing with that. And so,
yeah, is she okay? Is there anybody else?
100% okay. We'll show her screenshot of what she said about it. But there's a lot of swirling rumors going around about this, and no definitives just yet. Sherry Fox, thank you. Sherry says, so glad to be back. Gone for 2 weeks, loving on my new granddaughter, Taylor Louise.
Oh, what a great name. I love that. I love Louise. That was my grandmother's middle name. I love it.
It's Maisie May's second middle name.
Really? I didn't know that. How did I not know
Louise.
that? I didn't know that. I don't know how I didn't know that.
It's a Maisie May Louise.
Such a great name.
Okay, so that is a headline that you need to know about. Also, for those of you who care about sports and the Kelce brothers, Jason Kelce, the cool one, he is going to be joining ESPN's Monday Night Football. So as he retired from football, now he's going to be doing some commentating. So if you are a Jason Kelce fan, you're going to be seeing him on ESPN Monday nights. And then, this just makes me so mad. Do you remember when we showed I don't know if we showed a video or a screenshot of those 5 middle school girls who were in the Shotput competition with the trans chick? And they just wouldn't participate. They were like, we're taking a stand. This isn't
what everybody tells them to do. Just bow out. Don't do your sport. Cause then that's the strong thing to do. And what happened?
And now they've been banned from any further competitions because of their behavior. So the Attorney General has filed a lawsuit on their behalf, and go get them. They're suing the school district, and rightly so. And I hope that they win, because
which is what they should have done in the first place. I mean, what they should have done is gone after the boy, and they should have gone after those people who allowed this bullshit to begin with. This is what we should have done years ago as adults in the room, rather than have these girls sit out and not do their sport, because they're losing time. They're losing time. I mean, these are girls who train and do this stuff, and now they're having to sit out, and now they're not doing anything, and now they're kicked off the team, and then they lose time. This is their childhood. This is their teenagehood.
And they only get one chance at that. They only get to be kids once.
Right. And everybody's like, just bow out. Just bow out. I mean, this is where I get. God. Okay. Right.
Infuriating. Okay, let's talk about what's going on at college campuses, namely Columbia, which is a complete shit show now. So yesterday, there was a 3-page letter that the president of the university put out and posted like all over the encampments, I guess sometime overnight, not last night, but the night before or early in the morning, saying, okay, we're we've tried to negotiate with you. We've conceded on a couple of things, but we're not divesting completely. We will be more transparent with our investments. And if you guys do not disengage from this entire encampment by 2:00 Eastern yesterday afternoon, then there's gonna be consequences. You might get suspended. And then if you leave, then you just make sure that you sign this paper that says who you are and that you're leaving voluntarily, and then you won't maybe get possibly suspended.
I mean,
this president is so freaking weak.
So
what has happened?
I hope the president doesn't have actual children, because God only knows how those children are. They are running the house. Oh my God. Is what they're doing.
So weak. And so nowhere in that letter did she say, if you're not out by 2, you're getting freaking expelled and you're going to get hit with tear gas. That's what should have happened.
Exactly.
But no. And so the first thing that happened when the letter got posted is that there was a lot of this, wherever it was posted on a fence, these protesters would just write over it saying, I ain't reading all that. Free Palestine. They did not care. At 2:00, they held a press conference, which of course all the media breathlessly anticipated, and went and gave them a platform so that they could say, we're not leaving. We're simply not leaving. And if we do, it'll be by force. So come and get us. And then last night at 1 a.m, they took over a whole building, a whole campus building. They took it over. They broke glass. They barricaded the entrances. They kicked out security. They threw a new named flag. I don't even remember what they named the building, but they threw a flag. They've completely taken over a whole building.
That's super peaceful. I mean, it's so peaceful, you guys. Like,
oh my God.
This is just outrageous. They need to expel, they need to arrest, and they need to take names about these people. And all these people somebody needs to start a website and just start listing these kids' names. Seriously. Yeah. I don't care. Put their names out there. And then employers can be like, oh, that's who that is. Okay, I'm never going to hire them. I mean, why would you want a terrorist working for you? I wouldn't want that. These are kids who think that they're going to be working in the United States of America after doing all this garbage. I'm sorry, but you have another thing coming.
Well, they will. They'll be working in the climate corps, or they'll be continuing to organize just as they do right now. They already get paid.
We'll be paying them. Seriously, this is what... Oh my God. I mean, some of them will be doing they think they're going to be doing other jobs too, Mock. I mean, there'll be some that obviously will be paying, but then some will be like, yeah, I'm going to get out and I'm going to do X, Y, Z. The hell you will.
They'll be people. There'll be more AOCs and more.
Oh God! I mean, it's just infuriating. This is just infuriating. Yeah. After they said, "I hate America," death to America. Let me go ahead and work for America. This is who these people are. This is the Democrat Party. These are liberals. This is who they are. Show me who you are. They've showed me.
Yeah,
it's outrageous.
It's just so sickening, and it just will get more and more infuriating. Just wait. But before we absolutely lose our blood pressure completely, we're going to take a small, tiny little break and read you the most wonderful testimonial that we got on Twitter yesterday about Genucel. So this is from Leanne Wells. So she said, just tried Gen 90, my European vacation-sized bags under my eyes. Gone in under 5 seconds. Thank you so much for introducing me to Genucel. 3 free gifts to hook me even more. Thank you for introducing me to this magic in a tube, she says. And of course, she's talking about, where is it?
Do you not have it? I have some. I think I have some. Yeah. Hold on. I'll get it.
I mean, I lost my little Genucel thing. But anyway, the Gen 90 is included in the most popular package right now. There it is. That's what it looks like. Genucel, by the way, is celebrating their 25th anniversary, and they are giving an extra 25% off. They're already awesome Mother's Day sale prices. And as you just heard from Lee, they're doing this, just while quantities are available, they're doing this gift box, a spa box that has the free bonus gifts in it and free shipping. And the jawline treatment is also included right now in the most popular package. So it is a fantastic time to get yourself introduced to Genucel skincare line. You can do that at genucel.com/chicks. Don't forget to use code chicks. Genucel.com/chicks. Curio23, thank you. He says, never hear about trans men or women in sports. Wonder why.
Gee, it's just a head scratcher, that one.
It's almost
really
like there's
weird.
biological differences.
Oh my God.
So weird. Okay, anyway, back to the horror show. So you saw this, right? You saw that this was the response of all of these insolent jerk kids. And then at 2:00, which was that mean old president's deadline. So
and I was waiting. I'm sitting there waiting. I'm like, okay, so where's the consequences? Where are they? Somebody's got to deliver some. Nothing.
This is what it looks like at about 2:30.
No consequences delivered.
Nope.
It's unbelievable.
And in fact, there was faculty members that created like a human chain outside of the encampment.
Yeah. And when you don't deliver consequences, what do you think these kids are going to keep doing? It's unbelievable. Yeah. The faculty's like, let me help you with that. Let me help you.
And they're tenured. A lot of them are tenured, so they can't be fired. Which, by the way, that whole concept is insane.
Yeah, that is insane.
That
like you could
go away.
You can continue to suck. That's great. And then continue to get paid for sucking.
Yeah.
Why? Just because you're there for a really long time? What is that? Okay, Congress.
God,
it is infuriating. Oh my God.
And now there is a massive class action lawsuit that has just been filed, and the plaintiffs are seeking relief for the Jewish students at Columbia who have been harmed and displaced. And good on them. Godspeed to them, because enough is freaking enough. And by the way, do you remember when the president of Columbia went and did the whole congressional testimony and Elise went really after her hard?
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And remember that Elise was specifically asking her about a specific professor who that president insisted was fired.
Yeah, remember? He's like, I like to refer to him as Professor Jihad.
That's a good, yes, that's good. That's
I like to call him that, right?
Well, there's been an investigation about him because if he's been fired and is no longer allowed on campus, it's just really interesting how he keeps getting seen there. You have to see this investigation because this is
Protests at Columbia University over the crisis in the Middle East.
It's from the river to the sea.
No, we should It's just that they're
Professor Abdu. Yes, it's good to see you. It's good to see you.
Let me bring your attention to Muhammad Abdu, who was hired after the October 7th terrorist attack against Israel. He, on October 11th, posted, "Yes, I'm with Hamas and Hezbollah and Islamic Jihad."
Change doesn't happen vis-a-vis numbers. How much of a small group defeated a larger enemy? Look what 1,000, we'll call them what you want to call them, in Gaza, did insofar as upturn the entire world. That you would have aircraft carriers from all over Euro-America coming, nuclear submarines, ballistic weapons, soldiers, paramilitaries, and that is what 1,000 did. It's not a matter of numbers, it's a matter of organization. BDS is great. Blocking ports is amazing. Shipping routes, commerce, travel, trade, even ruining somebody, a white supremacist, powerful day, week, month. Well, how do we go beyond that? How do we go beyond that? We need to really learn how to redream dangerously again.
Faculty who make remarks that cross the line in terms of anti-Semitism, there will be consequences for them.
What are the consequences in this case?
Cases at the moment.
She's scary.
Who have either been either taken out of the classroom or dismissed.
And is he one of those?
He will never work at Columbia again.
So he has been terminated?
He has been terminated. And not just terminated, but his files will show that he will never work at Columbia again.
It's just that
Hey, Professor Abdu. Yes, it's good to see you. I'm so sorry about what's happened.
Don't be sorry. She lied on the stand. I'm not fired. I wasn't hired in October. It was all a sham of a lie.
Nice.
A man like you'll land on your feet and.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I get a hug?
Yeah, of course.
Take care.
You too. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Protests at Columbia University over the crisis.
So he praises October 7th. He advocates for the need for more attacks like that on like a grander scale. I mean, this guy is like Mr. Jihad and he's still there. I mean, who do you believe? Do you believe the woman who's weak, or do you believe that guy who's like up
Do you
on?
believe your eyes that he's
Right.
actually right there on
He's
campus?
there on campus.
I haven't been fired.
Yeah. And it's just unbelievable. These universities, man, it's unreal what's happening.
And the difference in coverage is unreal. We've got examples from The View. We've got examples from Joy Reid. We'll kick it off with Whoopi, who's trying to pretend that she's so deeply moved by this entire protest, and she's so proud of these kids. And she's warning all of us not to buy into this narrative, which is the narrative is what we see with our own eyes, which is the psychopaths that are engaging in all of this hate. And she's like, no, that's just a narrative. No, it's not. Here's Whoopi.
I haven't said anything. I'm sorry. I do have to do this. It is one of the great rights as an American to stand up and say something's wrong.
Okay.
Regardless of what your color is, if you're a woman, man, it doesn't matter. And we must teach our people how to be on the lookout. Part of our problem is the media takes what is the best clickbait. So you see the same posters or you see the same people, but you don't see the folks who are doing peaceful stuff and saying, here's what we want to do. I would caution the media to be very careful about what they're doing and how they're handling this. Because what they seem to be doing is pushing a narrative that people are pushing against, which students are pushing against, which I'm thrilled to see. Because I like when students get mad and say, we want a change made.
Yeah. So Whoopi Goldberg took a Jewish sounding name when she got into showbiz. And now she's saying this garbage. Isn't this interesting? Don't you think that's interesting? Now she's like, oh, it's clickbait. It's just clickbait. All this is really, Anna Navarro, if you would have listened, I don't think we had the Anna Navarro clip, but Anna Navarro's only pissed off because she's afraid that all of this stuff going on will help get Trump elected. That's the only reason she's mad about it.
Oh my God.
Like these women,
the headlines are supporting that. I mean,
right. Well, I would hope. I mean, these women are just garbage people. Garbage. Sunny Hostin, it total anti-Semite. I mean, garbage humans.
Pamela Carpenter, thank you. Pamela says, when someone tells you who they are, believe them.
Amen to that.
Indeed. Of course, this extends far beyond just Columbia. Harvard also impacted, and there's a Harvard Jewish student who released a video to beg, essentially, the university administration to please do something.
For the president of Harvard University, either send in the National Guard or send in your letter of resignation. But at this point, there's no in between. Let me be absolutely and abundantly clear. Harvard University isn't a free-for-all. There is no police presence. There is no administrator who's taking responsibility. The inmates are running the asylum. They have allowed, Harvard University has allowed and capitulated and acquiesced to this woke mob that are anti-democratic, anti-American, anti-capitalist, anti-Semitic, and they have given them the keys to Harvard University and have allowed them to run free reign to shout their anti-Semitic slogans, to physically accost Jews on campus, to call for the ethnic genocide of Jewish people, to call for the murder of Jewish people on Passover itself. So I've spoken in my personal capacity. I've spoken to dozens of Jewish students in the last couple of days, and I have been as clear as I could with them. Avoid Harvard University, avoid the campus for your own physical safety. We Jewish students at Harvard need help. Harvard is either unwilling or unable to engage meaningfully in conversation with us. They have refused to meet with us, refused to answer our emails, refused to acknowledge our experiences. The only way that the anti-Semitism at Harvard will ever be defeated is outside forces.
Okay, so I have a question, because that is the definition of being a Nazi. And call them what they are. I mean, these people are basically Nazis. So would they allow a bunch of, crazy white supremacist whack jobs that had swastikas on to take over the campus? Would they allow that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So why are they allowing this shit? Why are they doing it? This is what it drives me insane. It's why? Because it's a bunch of people who are, doing it in the name of Islam. Is that why? There's
Well,
such
if they didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all. So
there you go. This is the thing.
It's so vile.
I wish they need to just start calling it what it is. These people are Nazis. Period.
Michael Stellar, thank you. Michael says there is no logic on the left. They actually want this. Yeah, I mean, they've made it very clear what they want. There was some pushback, and this was actually awesome, at UCLA, where I don't know who funded it, I'm not sure, but they erected a ginormous TV screen, and they were having the video captured from October 7th. And you remember those horrible phone calls that the terrorists were making back to their families saying, I got 10 Israelis, it was that kind of thing. So they were showing that on a continuous loop at UCLA.
Good.
So this needs to happen everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
I'm so glad that's
fighting back.
I'm surprised that they didn't tear that down.
Yeah, I am too, actually. I am too.
Yeah.
And we talked about the coverage. The coverage has been absolutely insane. This is a report from CBS. And it's very, very interesting how they refer to these poor Gazans having their education interrupted. Listen to how they position this.
Oh my God.
And on campuses across the U.S., anti-war protests have not gone unnoticed by students in Gaza, whose education came to an abrupt halt on October 7.
Oh my God.
It came to
an abrupt halt. Their education came to an abrupt... Those poor Gazans.
Why did that happen?
Yeah, why? I think her name is Deborah Patta from CBS. How could she even say that?
I don't know.
Out loud.
Do not know.
Yeah, I'm okay. It came to an abrupt. Poor students in Gaza. Oh my
they had
God!
Their education halted.
Oh, no. Yeah, I happened in CBS. God,
it's so gross. And then of course there's other Democrats or Democrat publications like the WAPO who are saying nonsense, like Trump and the GOP are seizing on the campus protests to depict chaos under Biden, as if we have to do anything at all.
Yeah.
We can just sit back and be like,
lunatics, freaking loons.
We don't have to seize. We don't have to pounce.
No.
We just have to let you guys show who you are.
Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly. This is, it's outrageous. It's what a stretch, WAPO.
Right? I mean, this is just beyond the pale. And then we have Joy Reid, who it's like we're watching two different TV shows. You know what I mean? Except that we're both watching the same TV show, and then we have different book reports about the plot. It's so crazy to me how different her perspective is. You'll hear it. It's just, I don't even know.
The message is clear. The government and university presidents want you to know that the right to protest is a farce.
Oh my God.
Tear gassed, shot with rubber bullets, tackled and thrown to the ground and arrested. At Emory University, a shocking scene unfolded as Atlanta police and Georgia state troopers arrested protesters and released chemical agents on campus. At least 2 videos have emerged of Emory professors getting arrested. This is Professor Noem McAfee, who will join us in a few moments. The use of police force against these protesters should alarm you, and it mirrors the violence that is happening in Israel, with police responding to anti-war protesters there as well. You have to wonder why. Why would the state line up against our students, who are the future, especially young people like these, who are at some of the most prestigious universities in America, doing exactly what one is supposed to do in college, which is to think critically, stand up for what they believe in, and demand a better world.
They're supposed to be. They're supposed to be thinking critically, and they're not. These are kids who are bowing down to a terrorist group, to Hamas. It used to be that actually meant something. That kids who were like, oh, wait, I'm going to go ahead and align myself to a terrorist group. That everybody in the United States would look at that and go, I feel like that's a problem. But apparently not to Joy, not a problem. The spin is, it's just, It's outrageous to me.
And it's not peaceful protest.
No.
Nothing about what they're doing is peaceful.
No.
You don't get to set up camp at universities. They have all kinds of guidelines and rules that you are to follow when you are a student at a university. They are breaking every last one of them.
Well, I mean,
and it's only the universities who are actually getting the cops involved that have a chance at removing this cancer from their campuses.
Doesn't it make you remember, though, back in it was 2020 when they were like, it's mostly peaceful protests, and then the guy's on screen with the fire behind him. I mean, it's like CNN doing that all over again, where it's like, don't pay attention to what's happening in the background where it's giant fires behind me. This is peaceful. It's peaceful, you guys. I mean, they're doing it. It's happening all over again. Well, we've been through this before. We've been through it, and we know that you guys lie. You lie. And so we know that they're trying to gaslight, they're trying to lie, they're trying to project. We know exactly what they're doing. And it doesn't work. Like
isn't the DNC too? Isn't it in like Minneapolis? Is it in Chicago or Minneapolis? I can't remember, but it's going to be protested hard.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah. And I think that's one of the reasons that the people like Joy are trying to downplay this, is because they know that a lot of these, peaceful protesters are pissed off at Biden, and they just want to save Biden, kind of like the Anna Navarro thing. They just don't want Trump to get elected. So they're trying so hard to be like, no, it's fine. It's peaceful. Everything's great. This is about freedom of speech. This is not about freedom of speech, lady. This is not about freedom of speech. This is about kids who are brainwashed, and they have been indoctrinated to bow down to a freaking terrorist group. And everybody should be freaked out by that, because something's going to happen here in America. It's going to go down. It's just a matter of time of when. We're all just people who have actual brains in their head are waiting for it. We're just waiting. It's going to happen. And then what?
Prepare the best.
And then what? And then what are they going to say? What's Joy going to say then? What's Anna Navarro going to say then? That it's Trump's fault? Because it cannot be Trump's fault.
They will. They'll figure out a way to pin this and blame it on Trump.
Good Lord. Well, good luck with that.
You guys, even when the world is falling apart, at least you can look good while it goes down, right? Here's one way that you can do that. Healthy Cell, which of course they make amazing multivitamins that you should be taking already if you're not. They have the Bioactive Multi and the Vegan Essentials. Either one, the Vegan Essentials is the same. It just has extra B12. It's a gel pack that tastes delicious. You do this once a day. You shoot it, essentially. You can drink, you can like eat it straight out of this packet. You can mix it into water. You can make it into a smoothie, whatever. It gets absorbed into your system 165% better than a tablet or a pill or a capsule or whatever. But this formula is specifically for hair, skin, and nails.
And it works.
And it has all the things in it. Tell how much it works.
It totally works, you guys. I mean, I've tried everything. I've tried every single thing on the market. I tried that Nutrafol stuff even for like 8 months. Does not work. I mean, it didn't for me because I didn't absorb it, I guess. It just doesn't absorb correctly. A total waste of money. This stuff is the absolute best because it absorbs.
And I mean, people saying that your hair is growing.
Yeah, it definitely grows, and it's like fatter. It's just like mine was just all layered and very like a lot of breakage. It's just I'm not noticing any breakage anymore, none. So it's the best stuff, you guys. It really is. Like, don't waste your money on other stuff. This stuff is the best.
It is good, and you can get 20% off your first order at healthycell.com/chicks. healthycell.com/chicks. Dana McDuff, thank you so much for that super sticker. Mad Cow Mark, thank you. Mad Cow Mark says, you need to watch Rebel News. Jewish reporter Avi Yemeni getting verbally assaulted and threatened by a Palestinian protester, out of jail on bail, and police do nothing on the steps of the Parliament House. Yeah, Canada is out of control as well. I'm assuming that's where this is, because Rebel News is based there. Teresa Raimundo, thank you. Teresa says, if they're our future, then tell them to start paying their own way. And remember that there are circumstances for your actions. I think you meant consequences, but point well taken. And Shelly Ethington, thank you. Shelly says, I wonder what would happen if they started a new chant, from sea to shining sea, America will be free, and carrying banners supporting Israel. The clutching of pearls would be massive.
Oh, yeah. They kick them up.
When you have the national anthem played, for crying out loud.
I know they do. They freak out. You can't do that. You can't love America I mean, it's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
you can't do that.
No.
KJP, of course, when asked about a statement from Biden, what his thoughts are on all the campus protests, she was as helpful as she ever is. Here she is.
The answer, no, the administration has not been in touch with anyone at Columbia.
I don't have any readout. I should have answered that in, I believe that was Jeff's question.
Shut up.
I don't have any
Maybe
calls to
should've.
read out to you
No,
of conversations with any university.
Completely useless.
Any university leaders at this time. Obviously, the president's going to go speak at Morehouse. And
Obviously.
So we've been in touch with them because he's going to deliver a commencement speech. He's looking forward to doing that. It is such an important moment in time for graduates, and he's going to go, obviously, to West Point. Those are the two that he's going.
Okay, so it's nice he's going to Morehouse and West Point to give graduations because there's nothing else going on in the world.
Right.
But I'm glad he's giving graduation speeches. He has time to do that. But there's so many other things that he needs to be commenting on right now and giving speeches about. Listen, the graduation speeches, they take precedence. You know, they're super important. They're high on the priority list. Thank God he's doing those.
I mean, thank God.
And
We
Howard
don't need
Stern.
him leading. I mean,
And Howard Stern. That also is a huge priority. Thank God he's doing all of those things and not addressing the American people about every fire that's happening right now. Oh my God. This guy.
Teresa just said, "You're right, Mock. I was dumb. Don't write when you're angry." I got you. That one I got. All right, let's talk some election stuff. So Caitlin Collins had Bill Barr on her program the other night. And it was really interesting to watch her try desperately to get Bill Barr to admit or to agree that Trump is like a psychopath who's going to execute his enemies. And he was just like, I'm
not going to say
I'm
that.
not going to say that.
Yeah,
and so
he's
she
psychotic.
tries, but he was like, you know what? Sometimes Trump just says things and people who know him know that about him. They don't think he's going to go and do half the shit he says he's going to do.
Right.
Here she is trying to get him to say that he would.
A lot of Republicans who defend Trump saying, well, that's a hypothetical and that's ridiculous. But Alyssa Farah Griffin, who was Trump's communications director, posted yesterday and said that you were present at a moment when Trump suggested executing the person who leaked information that he went to the White House bunker when those George Floyd protests were happening outside the White House. Do you remember that?
I remember him being very mad about that. I actually don't remember him saying executing, but I wouldn't dispute it. I mean, it doesn't sound. The president would lose his temper and say things like that. I doubt he would have actually carried it out. I don't.
But he would say that on other occasions. You said
the
he would lose his
president.
temper.
The president had I think people sometimes took him too literally, and he would say things like similar to that in occasions to blow off steam. But I wouldn't take him literally every time he did it.
Why not?
Because at the end of the day, it wouldn't be carried out, and you could talk sense.
But just because it's not carried out and you could talk sense into him, doesn't that still mean that the threat is there?
No, I mean, I think I don't think the threat is there. The thing that I worry about President Trump is not that he's going to become an autocrat and do those kinds of things.
Why not?
Because he's not an idiot.
But
at the end of the day,
what's the basis for that understanding that you have?
I can't.
Or is it just your own hunch?
That's my feeling, having worked for him and
he's
seen
smart.
him in action. I don't think he would actually go and kill political rivals and things like that.
If the January...
Because he's smarter than you, Caitlin. That's why. That's why he doesn't
I know
take
him personally. How about
Right.
that? I
Yeah.
worked with him. I know him personally. Shut your face, Caitlin.
A lot of it's
Miserable
it's
hack.
innuendo. People can say that. Like I can say, God, I want to punch that guy in the face. Doesn't mean I'm going to punch that guy in the face. Okay.
Exactly.
Because people say stuff and they say stuff to people that they know that are in their inner circle. Why is this hard? Why is this hard? Why is everybody so stupid now, Mock? I can't.
She was looking for a soundbite, man. She was looking for something, and he was not playing.
She's looking to make him something that he's not.
Yeah.
It's like she's looking to craft a narrative. She's looking to lie is what she's looking to do. I'm so sick of these people trying to craft lies, which is what they've done since he put an R after his name. I put a thing on our Instagram yesterday, and it was I swear to you guys, you need to go check it out. When you get a chance, go to our Instagram. It's at Chicks on Right. It is of the ladies on The View fawning over Donald Trump back in like 2004. I kid you not. Joy Behar's running her fingers through his hair.
Oh my gosh.
And she is literally fawning all over him. She's like, Donald Trump. She's fawning. But the minute he put an R after his name, it was like, oh my God, he's a racist now. We hate him. It's TDS. Totally TDS. Like they're completely mental. Half the country went mental. They did when it comes to this guy. It's crazy. Like they can't get this guy out of their head. They can't even think straight when it comes to Trump. It's ridiculous. Seriously, if you get a chance, go check it out. It just shows you. It shows the dichotomy between not mental and mental when it comes to Donald Trump. It's crazy.
Well, and of course, just like you said, he's not the only person that uses hyperbole to make a point.
No.
So I would love for Caitlin Collins to now ask Christie to be on her show to answer to this.
Would have preferred any of those people over Trump. Ramaswamy and Trump, I would have hoped for a death match where they both die.
A literal death match.
Where they both die.
Yeah,
so
kind of like
is she gonna ask him? Well,
Right.
how do you know that he wouldn't have died? Like, what's your proof?
It sounds like, you know what it sounds like? A bloodbath. That's what that sounds like.
Right.
Unbelievable.
James Carville, not particularly happy with young people, specifically, and I'm not sure why, but 26-year-olds who he believes, I guess, are going to sit this election out. And he's very, very worried about what will happen if Trump wins again. And here he is making a plea or making his case to 26-year-old jerks.
But that's all right, you little fucking 26-year-old. You don't feel like the election's important to me. They're not addressing the issues that I care about.
Yeah, because, 26-year-olds really respond well to like an old reptile dude screaming at them. I'm sure as kids, he has 2 daughters that are I think they're probably around that age. I'm sure they respond really well to that. Can you imagine? I mean, he's come a long way from like the Bill Clinton Sachs days. Remember?
Oh my gosh.
This guy, why do they keep wheeling him out in his LSU gear? Why do they keep doing that?
He's almost old enough to run for president.
He is almost old enough, but I mean, he's just not likable. Why do they keep putting him out there? His wife knows her place. Like, she's just like, I'm just not going to do this anymore. Like, she was also advisor to what? Bush? She advised Bush and like George W. I think it was W that she advised. You never see her ever. I mean, I haven't seen her. Have you guys seen her anywhere like that? Yeah, I don't know. But she's never anywhere. And then they put him out there all the time. And it's like, you probably should not. He needs to quit talking. Not like him.
Florida Medicare broker, thank you very much for the super sticker. And Michelle, thank you. Michelle says, can't believe I just found you, ladies. Love the show. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you and welcome.
We've been here for 15 years.
Long time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So come grow old with us.
We were there when James Carville had hair.
That's right.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Women are the bane of Trump's existence.
Oh.
And CNN did a focus group with, I think, eight women who ostensibly were undecided voters. When you listen to them, they certainly don't sound undecided. But allegedly, according to CNN, 2 of these women were Trump voters. They do not like him. And the reason that I want to play this is because it just gives you some insight into how professional level women, a couple of these women are lawyers themselves, how they feel about the court cases and all the things. And I can't pick out which of the 2 voted for Trump at all. See if you guys can.
It's not the catch and kill that's the issue. It's the cover up that's the worst part. It's the devil's in the cover up.
Well, let's put it this way. The accountant in me said the numbers don't add up. Okay? The math is not mathing.
He completely sees himself as Teflon. Like, he does, nothing sticks to him.
And I'm really nervous that he's starting to look like he's right.
One of these is going to have to take him down. I just can't see how you slither out of 90 plus charges.
How many of you believe that Trump should be on trial for this? Raise your hand. All of you.
There is not only smoke, there is fire.
How many times can you say it's a witch hunt? I'm personally tired of hearing it.
So if he's misappropriating campaign funds or, election funds, then yeah, he needs to be prosecuted.
If we have one person who is above the law, then what is the purpose of the law? Your accountant wrote it down,
right?
Recorded it. You got witnesses who said you did it.
It's not about what he's paying for and what he's paying for.
That's the inequality even in this story, because the porn star, we're characterizing and castigating the women.
Right.
They were doing a job.
So prosecutors say that Trump has violated his gag order, attacking prosecutors, witnesses, jurors. Does any of this surprise you?
This person has something more powerful than money. He has an audience. He has a rabid audience that is very willing to do whatever they want. So then, does even $1,000 per violation or, going to jail for any period of time, is that enough given his influence?
He's going to have to go to solitary because Secret Service cannot
protect
him in general population.
I don't care. Put him under the jail. Put him in solitary. We do not shriek from putting other inmates in solitary confinement.
That's what
Put
you'd have
him
to do.
there and shut up. He can talk to the walls. He can talk to the rats.
It's unbelievable, like how uninformed, I guess, or misaligned in their information that all these women. It's almost as if they only hear stuff about Trump and then they don't hear anything about Biden. Gee, I wonder why that is. It's because of our American media. It's like they've been duped. All of them have been so duped. It's like they only watch MSNBC and CNN and they don't watch anything else. And there's so many women in our country that are like that. I mean, I'm friends with some of them, and it's like alarming to me. It's just alarming because they see one side of it, and I kind of want to go, so are you okay with Biden showering with his daughter? You're okay with that? You all right with that? You good? You good?
Well, and it was interesting, that woman that said, I'm just so sick of hearing it's a witch hunt. Maybe you keep hearing it because it's true.
Is. Yeah,
so
because
if they could just shift their thinking for a minute and think, well, wait a minute, what if it is true? What would that look like? It would look like this.
It would
That's
look
why
exactly.
you keep saying it. That is why. My God.
And that's the thing. And then you look at all the shifty crap that the Bidens have done and how they've been let off and how there is a two-tier system of justice. And like, it doesn't bother these women. That doesn't bother them. It's okay that, Republicans, anybody, it's like, take Trump out, put another Republican in, same shit's going to happen. It will. They will always do this to somebody on our side of the aisle, which, I mean, as much as they hate Trump, seriously, I really feel that way. It doesn't matter. It sets the tone and it sets the stage for somebody else to be treated just as poorly. It doesn't matter who it is, you guys. If it were DeSantis, they would have done the same thing. They would have.
I agree with that, except that I also think Trump puts himself into so many situations that he causes his own pain so much of the time.
True, but I still think give DeSantis a couple years and they would have found crap on him and they would have tried to destroy him, because I think that DeSantis would have done a great job and they would have been like, this is unacceptable. We have to destroy this man. Let's destroy him. Let's destroy his family. They would have done it. They're going to do it. They're going to try to come after all of us no matter what. I just feel like that's who they are now. That's that party. They're the party of seek and destroy and try to find a crime to fit the person. That's what they're doing. That is precise. And we're letting them do it. And I mean, when I look at women in that focus group, I'm looking at them and I'm like, God, these are professional. They're all freaking stupid. And talk about the lack of critical thinking. It's like, it's astounding to me how dumb these women are and how they can't see what's actually happening in our country. It's just a lack of ethics.
Later on in that in that same focus group, they were asked, if Trump is convicted of any one of these, cases, will you vote for him? And they all said absolutely not. So I mean, it's a thing. It's a factor that he has to contend with, is that women are voters, and unfortunately, they are, a lot of them are not with him.
No, and well, congratulations on letting the country go to shit. Hope you don't have kids and grandkids.
These are the parents of the protesters.
Yeah. I mean, these are, and they think that they're all benevolent and wonderful, and they're woke. They think they're doing the right thing. You're letting the country spiral and go directly down the drain. I mean, that's on you, man, or women. That's on you.
So, as I said earlier, DeSantis and Trump have met. They got together to talk about DeSantis, doing some fundraising, campaigning on Trump's behalf. And Laura Loomer, who has been just vicious, she has been an absolute psychopath about everything, but mostly about DeSantis. Here was her reaction. She said, I am not fond of Ron DeSantis, mostly because he's not loyal, and loyalty is so important to me. I only want Trump to be around loyal people. I don't trust Ron DeSantis after what he did to Trump, and he knows he has no future unless he kisses the ring and gets Trump's blessing.
Oh my God.
I'm just not a fan. Nothing worse than a disloyal person. It's hard to forgive. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth forever. I've never been able to forgive it, but Trump is the most powerful person in the world, so he can meet with whoever he wants. Well, thank you.
You know
Laura
what?
Loomer, you
How
psychopath.
about this? Nobody gives a shit what you think. How about that? It's like,
Pass her outside.
God, I'm sorry. I just don't care what she thinks. I don't care. Do you guys care what she thinks? I don't care.
Somebody's like, oh, she's a patriot. I mean, she's got fans. I will never understand them, but she does have.
Oh my God, I don't care. Moving on
to somebody else who's completely psycho, and that is Nancy Pelosi, who was on a TV show where she was trying to suggest that Trump had the most job losses of any president because he was just like super bad at the economy. Unbelievably, the reporter, and I don't remember who it is, pushes back and says the job losses were due to the pandemic. I mean, you can't really fault his economic policies for job losses when it was the pandemic. And she loses her shit. Look at this.
And Joe Biden is doing that, created 9 million jobs in his term in office. Donald Trump has the worst record of job loss of any president. So we just have to make sure people know.
That was a global pandemic.
Yeah.
He had the worst record of any president. We've had other concerns in our country. If you want to be an apologist for Donald Trump, that may be your role, but it ain't mine. And he has the worst.
Anybody can accuse me of that.
That's because of.
Wow. Look at her. If you want to be an apologist for Donald Trump. Oh my God. She's freaking out. God forbid she says the truth, Nance.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean,
and listen,
if you're going to say that Trump had the most job losses and in the same breath say that Joe Biden had the most gains and not recognize that the losses were from the pandemic and so too were the gains,
right?
Then you are the most disingenuous hag of all time and space.
I think it goes without saying that she is the most disingenuous hag of all time and space.
Oh my God.
I think she is. I think ding, ding, ding. We've got a winner, Mark. We've got a winner. She is the most disingenuous hag of all time and space.
What? I can't.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She definitely does need more crap in her cranium. She's she's injecting all. My God, that woman is just evil.
Just pure Satan right there. That is
totally.
Mm-hmm. KJP, I love this clip. I'm only gonna play one more KJP clip, I promise. And it is this one because it feels like to me that she's gotten so in over her head on this question, and I think it's about the economy, or I don't even know what it's about. But somehow she manages to put so many KJP-isms into one very short clip. And also completely misspeak, because in it, at some point, she says, we understand that prices are still too low.
Oh my God.
So, like, everything about this clip is
wrong.
Just a disaster.
It's all wrong.
That's why I love it.
The work that this president has done. Black wealth jumped up by 60%. That's important. That's because of the work that this president has done. But we understand, especially as it relates to the Black community, housing is important. We understand that prices, again, are too low. And so we're going to do the work in the Black community, yes, but also for all communities.
Oh my God.
And so having that conversation, and we believe this tour that the vice president is going to do is important.
I'd like to know. I'd like to hear from our Black listeners as to whether or not your wealth has gone up 60%.
Yeah.
Has
How
it
do
gone?
how do I get on that bandwagon?
I'm going to start identifying as Black, so my wealth will go up automatically 60% just because. That is the biggest crock of crap.
I know.
60%.
But they're doing the work. They're doing
Just
the
by
work, and it is important.
Just by walking around Black, you guys, 60%. That's what. Really? Maybe hers has, because she's a DEI hire. It went up 60%. Good for you, KJP. Good
Oh my
Lord.
God. We've got some trans Blacks in our audience. Welcome. Welcome.
Oh, all right. There we go. Welcome.
Also, Biden, you guys, I don't know who this is who's like coming up to talk to him, and I don't know what the event is. None of it matters. What matters is the vacant, like no one is home.
He
look
checks out
in Joe Biden's
totally
face. So imagine like walking up to Biden and fawning over him, or like to his face, like going, "Oh my God, it's so great to meet you," blah, 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 and having him just like see past you and then literally just turn away from you.
To be fair, though, I've done this in corporate meetings. I'm just
You have not done this.
You
No.
don't think? Okay.
You have
All
never
right.
done
I've
this in a
wanted to.
one-on-one exchange.
You're right.
You
I
have
haven't.
never done
You're
this.
right. I've never done it on a one-on-one exchange, but I've wanted to. I've wanted to in some corporate meetings where bosses are talking to me. I mean, I'm just putting that out there. There have been some times where I've wanted
you have
to.
never done this.
But you're right. I've never done.
At the blankness, you guys. No one is there.
Media controllers. I speak with over 6 million people every day. We've been trying to catch up with you, and I've had talks with the vice president, but whenever you're out there, we want to talk to you because I feel like, I don't know, I got your back. I'm just trying to
He's powered down. He did. Like it's kind of like when your computer like automatically powers down. You're like, wait, it's doing an update. It's restarting. It's rebooting. That's what he's doing. Only I don't think he's just shutting down. It's just, there's no reboot. It's just a shutdown.
And then he just turns away. I mean,
he's like,
just
you're not.
bye.
He's like, I can't. I'm out. I'm out of batteries. I can't.
Oh my God.
There's no more power.
It was amazing.
No more
that
power.
was amazing.
It was. You know what we should do? We should give him 4 more years. It's a great idea. It's a really stellar idea, you guys. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh. All right. We mentioned Tulsi being a prospective VP pick for Donald Trump, and she was on with Dave Rubin recently where he asked her directly, is this something that you want to do? Would you do it? And here is that exchange.
I get you to pull up.
So on that note, I'll ask you the last question. You know what it is already, but I'll frame it a little bit differently, which is that I think you should be the choice. It is obvious to me, like it's really obvious to me that if Trump wants to win this election, he needs to bring in what you represent, and you are you. So if you get the call, I've heard you answer this at least once already, but I sense that the momentum is going to go in that way. Like, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready because I know what is at stake in a deep and visceral way in this election. I'm not on a ballot. I could be home right now in Hawaii and surfing and kicking back and,
I was going to say, I know what you'd
relaxing.
Be doing. You'd be surfing. Yeah.
But I have chosen, I won't be home until after this election is done because I know what's at stake. And if that call came, I would say yes. And I'd be honored to serve my country in that way and to be in a position first to help win this election, to stop the Democrat elite from destroying our country, and then actually begin the real work of getting our country back on track.
I think she'd be phenomenal.
I don't know. I mean, I think she would be fine. I think the vice president really doesn't do anything.
Yes, but she would be an anchor for him. And we need somebody that's a little bit stronger than Doug Burgum at this point.
That's the thing. But will he choose someone as strong as she is?
I hope he does, because this time around we need somebody who's not milquetoast. We do. This is like the most pivotal. I know we've said that before in our lives, but this is the most pivotal election of my entire life and yours too. All of y'all's. So she should I hope he chooses her. I really do. Because she would pull, we talk about the women vote. All the women that we just saw, the dumbass women in that last clip. I'm just saying, I just think that it would help.
Would she move the needle for them though? I don't know.
Maybe a little. Yeah, I think. I really do. But Doug Burgum's not.
Yeah, there's
no.
So
he's not going to do it, but she at least has a chance of doing that. And I look at my daughters, and I think it would be that is a cool thing too. I hate to even say that out loud because people will give me crap for that, but it would be really awesome for my daughters to be able to look and say, look, on the Republican ticket, look at that. A strong, awesome, accomplished woman on our side rather than just two white dudes. I know that's not supposed to matter, but it kind of, it does a little bit. It does. And we have good candidates on our side that are female. I thought it was going to be Christie Noem, but now that she's shot a puppy, that's not going to happen. So, Tulsi's always been in the running, and I think Tulsi would be she'd be great at it. And she loves our country. And to me,
served our country.
She served our country. She loves our country. And I think she'd be great. I think she'd be great. Why not? I think it'd be great.
We'll see, because he's keeping this very close to the vest, man. Tim Scott still in the running, I would imagine. Vivek still in the. Who knows what Trump is thinking right now?
It just would really.
I don't know when we're gonna know.
I know somebody said too old. I just would really prefer it not to be two older white dudes. I just would like, for once, it would be nice for that not to be the case on our side.
Speaking of somebody who is not an older white dude, Kamala, you guys, what a disaster she is. So there was another word salad, and this one, I don't even know what she was talking about. I think she was talking about young people following their dreams. And she actually says that you are entitled to other people investing in your dreams. Okay. You're entitled to other people investing in your dreams.
Did the founder say that? Can she point to in the Constitution where it says that? I don't. It's like, okay, show us.
Here she is.
Okay.
That you are worthy of and entitled to receive an investment in your dream and your ambition.
Really?
And to seek out the resources that exist, and we're trying to make it easier for you to find those resources.
No, you're not entitled to that. That's not. Point to where it says that. The founders did not say that was the case. That's not how this works.
It's not how any of this
works.
Why?
She said, why is there so much stupidity? I just can't handle all the stupidity today. It's hurting my head.
Remember like a couple weeks ago when we were making fun of her for like eating no for breakfast and wondering what that means?
Yeah.
And then she like had one of those cackle fits about it. And she was like, I have to hear no 10 times. 10 times before I hear it. Remember?
What's she eating for breakfast today? What is it?
Well, she's doing it again. This is her new Unburdened, you guys. Here she is eating a bunch of 9 to be fair. 9 no's for breakfast.
Oh.
My mother always used to say to me, don't you ever let anybody tell you who you are. You tell them who you are. Right? I have another saying. I eat no for breakfast. I don't hear no until maybe the 10th time. Don't hear no. Don't hear no.
I still don't understand that. You're eating no for breakfast. So you're ingesting no's. And so they're like,
I don't know what it means. I don't know.
Somebody's going to have to help us with that. It's like, what? She's eating no's for breakfast. She is high. I think she really is high.
She may
Joanne.
be high.
She may be.
Laura Kate Baker, thank you. Laura says the VP is important because we've learned what a bad VP is because of Harris.
Right.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And Jill Smith, thank you. Jill says, good morning, chicks. I like Tim Scott for VP. Tim is also very mild and he
I
will
like
do whatever
him.
Trump wants.
I like him. I just think he's too nice. I think he's just too sweet and
Very,
nice.
very
It's like
nice.
Ben Carson. I adore Ben Carson. He's just too, I think he's too nice for the job. I know that sounds, you go ahead and fight me on that. I just think he's too nice. We need bulldog right now. We need both of them to be kind of bulldogish. When I say both, the president and the vice president, that's how I feel about it. We're in too dire of a situation as a country to have nice milk toasty people in those positions. We need bulldogs.
I hope Trump allows for one, because that's what I worry about, is that he just wants somebody that will be his doormat. You know?
And Tulsi's kind of a badass. I mean, she's kind of a bulldog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we played a clip yesterday of Drew Barrymore. What was it? What did we even play yesterday? What was the clip that we did with Drew yesterday? Because she was just like, she was all
her laugh. She was like, "I love your laugh."
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, it got even weirder. Same interview. But this was even a more cringy moment, I think, from Drew Barrymore. And I think it was probably even cringy for Kamala, but she of course was like, you know, how she had to do that. But anyway, just watch and watch.
Thinking that we really all need a tremendous hug in the world right now.
We do.
But in our country,
so much hugging.
We need you to be Mamala of the country.
No, I don't. I'm good. I'm good, y'all. No. I mean, listen, Drew's mom sucked. Okay. As we all know, if you've ever learned anything about her life and her biography, her mom was terrible and took her to parties, drug fueled parties when she was 9 years old. I, on the other hand, I have a good mom. I'm good. I don't need a mom in Kamala. So I'm going to go ahead and pass. I'm going to pass on that. I'm good. I
think Greg Gutfeld also is going to take a pass on that.
Pass.
Here's what he said.
That is the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
I've seen a lot of creepy things. I'm sorry, you were going to ask me something.
I don't know if Mamala, that'll stick.
Yeah, I think that's sexist.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's like, they say if you talk about her laugh, that's sexist. By the way, it's not about Kamala's laugh. It's when it occurs.
Yes. Right.
Whenever someone laughs at an inappropriate moment, like when nothing that merit laughters came before it, right. It's a sign of a kind of an uncentered goofball. It's a sign that, I mean, if she was laughing at an Instagram reel of a Frenchie in a bikini, I get it. But she laughs when people say, "How are you?" or "Goodbye." That's not
Now I need to see an Instagram reel of a Frenchie in a bikini. Somebody said to me, because that would be awesome.
Andrea, thank you. Andrea says, Joe and the hoe are not stupid. They are commies.
It's true.
Joe and the hoe.
But I think they're stupid commies, which makes it even worse. This is so bad, right?
David McKinney, thank you. David says, I agree. I think Tulsi would be an awesome pick. Plus, how awesome would it be to see a rematch between her and Kamala?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yes. That would be so. I didn't even think about that until this second. You are correct.
Awesome.
She would mop the floor with her.
Yesterday, our schlong was about Sandra Doorley, who is that horrible Monroe County, New York DA who refused to stop for a cop who was trying to pull her over for speeding. And we played the video yesterday. If you haven't watched that, wait till the end of the show and definitely catch up on that, because it's an amazing story. Well, finally, she was forced, I think, to release an apology video. And as far as apologies go, I mean, she ticks all the boxes, right? I mean, she says all the things. So you guys watch and you decide if this is forgivable, if she can get past this. I mean, she's going to be reelected because she has no competition. There's no one to run opposed to her. So here is what she plans. Here's how she wants to take accountability.
Last Monday, I failed you and the standards that I hold myself to. And for that, I am so sorry. What I did was wrong, no excuses. I take full responsibility for my actions. I fell short of the values I've held for my entire 33-year career. I didn't treat this officer with the respect that he deserved. All police officers deserve respect. I am truly and sincerely sorry. I had just come from work. I was dealing with 3 homicides that occurred over the weekend. I watched a video where an innocent cab driver was executed, and I was still reeling from a frightening medical concern that my husband received that afternoon. Oh my God. But we all had bad days and stress, and it was wrong for me to take it out on an officer who was simply doing his job. While I previously apologized to him, I will say it again. I'm sorry. Police already have a tough job, and that day I made this officer's job harder. To the community, I owe you full transparency. Here's what I'm doing to hold myself accountable. First, I already pled guilty to the speeding ticket, and I will willingly pay the fine. Next, I'm referring the entire matter to a district attorney from another county for review and will fully cooperate with that investigation. I'm going to self-report this incident to the grievance committee, and I will cooperate with their investigation. Finally, if one of my assistant district attorneys had acted this way, I would have disciplined them. So I'm disciplining myself. I will take ethics training to remind myself that professionalism matters. I've been humbled by my own stupidity, and I am fully to blame. I will make this right. I ask for your forgiveness.
What do you think? I mean, she said everything you could ask for an apology to say.
Somebody, I think it was Lisa said, you suck, you menopausal hag. I mean, don't bring menopause into it. Why do you got to bring menopause into it? That's mean. Come on. Yeah.
I mean, what, the problem with this apology, even though it was pitch perfect, I mean, it really does tick all the apology boxes.
Do you believe her?
I don't believe it because she showed us who she was in the moment,
right. Mm-hmm.
and with the statement that she released after the fact.
Yeah.
And she was not contrite at all with that statement. She's only doing it now because so much backlash is happening.
Totally. Yeah. And she probably watched our show yesterday. Which,
she is a follower.
Yeah, she is a follower. I don't know. She probably took drama in high school. And so that came in handy when she did that apology video. I just don't believe it. You showed your true colors. It's fine. You can have somebody write all that bull crap down for you and read it. And it's like, oh, I had a really bad day. Really? I mean, I have bad days too. Everybody has bad days, but
she said that. She said no excuses. And
yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, I don't know. The thing is that people who support her, and granted, I don't know who those people are, would probably say, what else do we expect her to do at this point?
You can't do anything else.
The only thing that she could do is resign and say, I'm not fit for this job. And I screwed up so badly. I failed the community so badly.
Not going to do that. Why would she do that? She'd miss out on her pension and all that stuff. Why on earth would she do that, Mock? It's a cush job.
I'm just saying that's all she can do at this point.
Do that. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of the dog, because we've referenced the dog a couple times. There's still backlash about the dog. Joe Concha, so mad about the dog, and Jason Chaffetz, who, by the way, we saw in the green room when we were at Fox for our. What was that for? We saw him in the green room for something, and that was crazy.
Was it the last time that we went? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was when we were with the girls.
Oh, yeah.
And we saw him in the green room.
Talked about the NRA and stuff like that. God, it was like 2018, 2019. Yeah.
Anyway, that was just a side note. But both Joe Concha starts off talking about Kristi, Noem, and the dog, and then Jason Chaffetz finishes it off. Here they are.
This story, Ashley, as a dog owner my whole life, absolutely makes my blood boil.
Yes.
On 2 levels. One, how utterly heartless do you have to be to shoot a 14-month-old dog in the face? Because look, if it wasn't doing its job on the farm or was attacking chicken or people, okay. You're a public figure, or at least you have a platform in some way, shape, or form. Even if you're a private citizen, you very easily could have posted somewhere, I'm putting my dog up for adoption because maybe it's not working out here on the ranch. And I can guarantee you many people would have raised their hand to take that dog in. You just don't go ahead and murder it. And can someone explain, to your point, by the way, what editor thought it was a good idea to share this in a book? Because I'll say this, she just destroyed any chance she had at being Donald Trump's vice president, if she had any chance at all. There's no going back from this. I mean, just ask Mitt Romney. The multimillionaire thought it was a really good idea to put his dog on a roof of a car for 12 hours. That story sticks with him to this day for good reason. She can try to talk her way out of this all she wants. I'm sorry. You don't shoot dogs in the face. I don't care what they've done.
Amen, Joe Concha. I'm a lifelong dog lover, have always been. You are spot on. I have to leave it there, but thank you so much, Joe. Bringing the fire. Come back in here quickly, Jason Chaffetz.
Thanks, Ash.
Look, Jason, you're a recovering politician. Why would Noem release something like this? What an error of judgment.
Because she actually did it. So I give her a A+ for being honest about it, but she just destroyed her political career. I don't think there's anybody on any side of the aisle, any human being that thinks it's acceptable to go to a gravel pit and shoot a dog in the face and kill it when it's 14 months old. That's just hideous. So she's done politically, and I'm a friend of hers. I served with her, but politically, there's no recovering from this.
I do think it's like people are saying, yeah, but what's your stance on abortion? I do think that's interesting. Like a lot of lefties will be like, this is the worst thing ever imaginable. And yet they'll be like, yay, abortion. I do think that does kind of bother me too. Like the people who are so anti puppy killing and anti dog killing, and yet they're totally okay with human killing. It's true. Yeah. That drives me crazy too. Not the same. Listen, the puppy thing, like she is done. That's awful. Like that's psychopathic. It's like what? And Concha was right. We live out in the country. We have a little ranch. If there was a dog that was like nipping at chickens or nipping at our, they were not dealing with the livestock. Okay, just get on Facebook and be like, hey, because we have Facebook groups out here out in the country. I'd be like, listen, our dog is not getting along well with the livestock. Anybody want to take this dog off our hands? Or people would do that. That's how country people do things. So this was just barbaric is what it was.
Well, and it was barbaric because the way that she even wrote about it wasn't, it broke my heart to have to do this. It was like, I hated that dog. I mean, she was clearly angry and hostile about the dog. And which
is bizarre. Yeah. I mean, it was gross, really gross. And she's just been such a disappointment,
Yeah. Lori Weens, thank you. Lori says, Drew might as well have been sitting on her lap. I've never seen a talk show host sit that close to a guest. She does that with every guest, too.
Yeah. It's like when she interviewed Pink, and I swear they were literally like embraced the whole time. It was very uncomfortable to watch.
She's going to start conducting interviews like spooning her guests.
Yeah. She should just get a bed. She should get a bed on stage, and they should just lay in bed together and spoon. Yeah.
Jill Smith, thank you. Jill says, oh my God, Mamala, WTF, I cannot take it anymore.
Yeah, just stop. I mean, that and then the Howard Stern saying that Joe Biden is the father of the country. No, neither one of those people is my mother or father. I reject that.
Yeah. Alexandra, thank you. She says, like every narcissist, she's just sorry she got caught, referring to Sandra Doorley.
Mm-hmm.
She is. She's just sorry she got caught. Do you guys remember that alligator that's like the emotional support alligator that's an actual pet? You've probably seen videos of him. His name's Wally. He's missing. And the owner thinks that he's been stolen. And I just wanted you to know.
Why do you have
on the lookout?
But why do you have an emotional support alligator? What's wrong with you?
Well, I mean, fair. I don't really know why.
Why does it really provide emotional support? And if you have an alligator that's providing you emotional support, just maybe seek out pharmaceuticals instead.
It's an odd choice. I mean, it is an
alligator.
Choice.
I mean, are you hugging it? What are you doing with that?
We just got Venmo from Dana, Spain. Dana says, morning, beautiful gals. Hubby was up at the ass crack of dawn to go fishing, so I get to catch you live from Arizona.
Love
y'all.
it.
Hi, Dana.
Hi, Dana.
All right, it is time. Did I get everybody? I think I did. Yes. Let's do your double D, and then we can get to schlong and some talks.
When I saw this, I sent it to you, and I'm like, hey, let's do this for Dee because I really loved the whole notion of it. And you're like, oh, I follow this family. I've never seen this family. I don't know this family.
Yes, I love them.
But I loved that they do this, and it's something. Well, you'll see in the video. You see what they do.
I got to mute it because it's got that song at the very beginning.
It's got, the run.
Yeah.
Okay. So she says, my husband races our oldest son every year on his birthday and is determined to never lose. But you can tell that this kid is gaining on him. He's probably 14, 15. And he's so mad. The kid is so mad that he lost. Look how mad he is. And then the father will go over and hug him. And he's like, happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday. But he's getting close. The kid's getting close to winning, which kind of makes me think, like at some point, I bet you probably in the next year or two, that kid's going to win.
Yeah.
And as a parent, it just makes me think about all the times where, I don't know, it actually made me think about, which is not even close to being a comparison, but it made me think about the last time that I held my daughter, I could pick my daughter up. You know what I
never know
mean?
when that last time is.
Right. And then you put your kid down for the last time, and you don't really know when that's going to be. And then they're too big. They're too big to pick up, you know? So that's the thing, is that there's always a time where your kid is going to be stronger and bigger and faster and, dare I say, smarter than you. Because there are times where my daughter will say stuff to me and I'm like, God, you're smart. You know, you're getting to that age where you're like smarter than me at math, and you're smarter than me at, you know, a lot of things. And they do that. And so I love that family enables that, you know, sort of competition between parent and child. And they don't just coddle them and go, I'm going to go ahead and let you win. You know, it's important for parents not to do that. I just love that. I thought that was cool.
That is some good stuff. That family is the best. I absolutely love following them. Okay, so here is an interesting video. This is another body cam footage video. This is for Schlong, which is our short long for those of you who are new here. So this is a video of a New York tourist. A New Yorker was visiting Florida because, of course, why would you stay in New York when you can go to Florida?
You go to Florida.
So he's visiting, he's, you know, on vacation in Florida. And apparently he, at some parking lot, saw a truck with a FJB, or Let's Go Brandon bumper sticker on it.
Okay.
And because that triggered him, you know, he's a New Yorker. So if he sees that, that's very triggering. He decided to key that other person's truck
while he's visiting, while he's visiting
the state. And so, because that owner of the truck did not like that, and there was also surveillance footage of the incident, apparently, they sent the cops after him. And it is glorious to watch this cop and then watch this man realize, oh my God, I've been caught, and then get arrested in front of his wife.
My God.
If you see a bumper sticker you don't agree with, you look at it, you shake your head, you maybe give it the finger, and then you move on with your life.
Yeah,
you would destroy other people's property.
You would think. This is the thing. This is what most, like when I see a Prius that has like Beto stickers on it driving down I-35 in Texas, I just go, that guy's an idiot.
Right. I mean, do you actually get destructive?
No, I don't get, no. I just know that I just kind of steer clear of the car because I know that person is mentally inferior to me. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that I don't get too close to it because he's probably going to cause a wreck at some point, you know? Do you
remember when there was the, I think it must have been a TikTok or whatever. It was on social media, like during the last election cycle, and someone was sick and tired of having his Trump sign stolen or vandalized in any way from his yard. So he hotwired it so that it would give an electric shock to everyone touched it.
I love it.
They show the video of the guy going up and just getting zapped,
which is
great.
It is
the greatest.
It's so great. I do but it seems like it happens more often on that side of the aisle because they are infected with TDS. I wish somebody would make a vaccine for TDS at this point. We talked about that earlier in the show. Like they're just deranged. Calm down.
All right, let's watch the arrest because it's just so beautiful.
Good. Stop. So I'm guessing you probably know what this is about, right?
Victor Alpha.
No. No.
I just checked my truck to see if I hit anything.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm investigating it's a criminal investigation, okay? So before I ask you anything, I'm gonna read you your rights real quick. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you a video and you can tell me if you remember what it's about after that. Okay.
1125
You have the right to remain silent. Okay. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yeah.
Okay. So anything you don't want to answer, you don't have to. Okay. So I'm going to show you a video real quick, and I'm just going to see if it jogs your memory about what happened in Winn-Dixie on Sunday night.
I was at Winn-Dixie to pick up some coffee and key lime pie. Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember what you did when you walked out of Winn-Dixie? To the green Toyota Tundra. It was not raining.
Okay. I don't recall. Yeah. I thought it was.
Really?
Okay. The green Toyota Tundra pickup truck that you walked up to. You don't remember what you did?
I walked by a truck. Yeah.
Okay. What did you do to it?
I scratched it.
Why? Was it the bumper sticker? Because they've got a ton of security footage there, man.
Okay, so
I see you walking behind it, and you look over at it, and she's got a sticker that says "Let's go, Brandon" or something.
Yeah, I guess it infuriated me.
Okay.
Yep.
Look at her face.
Okay.
She's so
Was that
embarrassed.
it? That's the only reason you did it? You don't know who owns the truck or anything?
Yeah, that's the only reason I did it.
Okay. So you went on I could see you go on the passenger side, and you left a big scrape on that side, and then I saw you do a circle in the parking lot and come back to it and then go to the...
That's the only side I did.
Okay. She's already got a few dents and stuff on it, but she somehow knew that those were new scratches. And I can see like something black in your left hand.
Yeah.
Was it a key or... Was it a key?
That was my key fob. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have that with you? It's in the truck?
Yeah.
Do you have your ID with you as well? Do you know which key you used?
No, I have no idea.
God, what a total jerk.
I'm guessing it's expensive to repaint a truck.
Gonna have to repaint the truck. Stupid, idiotic, and I am gonna get something in the truck.
I'm guessing you knew why I called you.
Well,
do you even
honestly, at first I didn't recall. I couldn't even. There was no date. 3/24. Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was Sunday night.
Sunday. Yes, I went there to get coffee.
I just.
Okay.
And it's stupid thing to do, but this whole.
Okay, so, Mr. Brothers, here's the unfortunate news. She wants to press charges, so I have to take you to jail, sir.
Yeah, good.
Put your hands behind the back.
I would press charges too.
Yeah, I'll take it off.
Grown ass man. What a complete loon, I swear.
I love that his wife was just like, you deal with this. Bye.
But she probably has just as severe TDS as he does.
Probably.
You know that she's like just major liberal Karen, for lack of a better phrase. Not that there's anything wrong with Karens, but because, we love actually people that are named Karen, but that's the only way I could describe her. But she's like that. She was probably like, she wanted to do it, but he did it. That guy looks like he's probably 60 years old.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he can get props for just openly saying I did it, right? Because
what was he going to do? Deny it?
It's right. I mean, there's no getting out of it.
No,
but at least he didn't try to fight it or argue or say that's not what it looks like or whatever. He was just like, yeah, I keyed his car. I was furious. Then learn a lesson from that, you psychopath.
I mean,
you can have differences of opinion and not be reduced to violence just because somebody disagrees with your political choice.
Not only that, but the place they were staying at was really nice.
Yeah.
Look at the swanky ass place they were staying at. They had their little golf cart, and his wife comes out in her little dress and her hat. I mean, and then he thinks he is entitled to just key somebody else's car because he doesn't like a bumper sticker on it. I mean, he is a grown man. Not that I would give a pass to a 20-something, but I would expect it more from somebody in that age range than I would from somebody who is his age, who has seen some life, been around. I'm astounded by that. I mean, I just can't believe that somebody that is his age would not be calmer and I don't know, would just let that go.
Or would not assume that there are cameras everywhere.
Right.
Dude. What is wrong with you?
God, I just cannot. Could you imagine being married to somebody like that?
Just the embarrassment. My God.
God. I mean, I know she's probably exactly the same way, but still. Yeah, he's probably a professor. He's probably a professor.
Probably so. Oh my God.
Wow. Unreal.
Lori Weens, thank you. Lori says, please pray for my friend Trina. She has radiation treatment on her brain cancer this morning and begins her gene therapy today as well. On top of all this, she is closing her business today due to her health issues. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry to hear that. You guys, prayers up for her. Prayers up for her.
Eugene Heiger, thank you. Eugene says, Mock, we're in AZ enjoying our grandbabies. Love you. Oh, Arizona. That's where
love Arizona.
Enjoy the grandbabies. It is time for some My Pillow Talks, you guys. And we got some good ones today. People, particularly in our insiders group, I have gotten tagged in this video 17 scabillion times. Like it is.
Is there a raccoon? There's a raccoon in it?
No, it is an alligator. And so I figured, well, we might as well show it because everybody keeps tagging me in this. I know you guys want me to see this.
Oh,
this
yeah.
It's such a clumsy gator climbing a fence.
I was tagged in this too, but what I don't understand is why he's on that side of the fence. He's like in somebody's backyard.
Yeah, he probably climbed over into it
by accident. And now he's trying to get back to his home.
He wants to get back in the water, but like the way that he lands right on his nose just cracks me up. He's like, conk.
Oh my God. I love the alligator affirmation. I can do hard things. I can do hard things. It's a nice neighborhood.
It's very, very pretty. People were like, see, even if you build a fence, you're going to get, I'm not even building a fence. And so, yeah, this is going to be my life.
Yeah, I would be
There
so
will be
afraid.
gators.
I would just be afraid for my dogs.
My dogs are never going to be off leash in our yard.
Really?
Ever,
Just-
never,
oh
never,
my
ever.
God. I can't. I just don't do
You can't
gators, you
trust
guys. I don't do gators.
Anyway, that's how they climb. So if you were ever wondering how they climb, that's how they do it. Also, apparently, literally anybody can be an influencer. Here's proof.
So it's day 2 in Miami, and we're gonna give a little outfit of the day. I have a white halter from Fashion Nova, some bikers, some ballerina shoes, the ballerina bow, my pink rollie, and I'm gonna pair it with my Chanel bag and a pair of little mini black glasses. But I'm gonna go enjoy my time and get a drink, guys. I will talk to you guys soon, and bitch, I'm in Miami. Period.
I think
Okay.
that that's a trans person who
Mhm.
has appeared on the Whatever podcast from time to time.
Okay.
That
All
person
right.
has nearly 500,000 followers on TikTok.
My God, of course.
And-
Of course it does. Of course.
And is so good at the influencing job
I can't.
that they now drive a pink Range Rover that they claim
I
the TikTok audience bought for them.
I need off this planet. I just need to get off. I need to get off. Where's the next stop?
Death, where
Where is it? Where's the sweet meteor of death? I can't. Half
They
a million
call that
followers.
person Gorlock the Destroyer. That is the nickname of that
Okay.
person.
All right. Yeah, I can't. Is
I-
that are those like pads that are
don't
happening
know.
here? What's going on here? I don't
know. I don't know. I do not know.
I give up. I totally give up. Okay. All right.
Curio23, thank you. Curio says gator tail is yummy. Gator meat is very good.
It is.
Like
It tastes like
when
chicken.
I'm in South Carolina, we always get the fried gator bites and they are delicious. I
It's
love
good.
it. Okay, so Andrewski on TikTok has decided, he's a very health conscious guy, and so he wanted to put out a PSA about people who are considering starting to take a magnesium supplement. Okay, so here is his PSA.
Hey everyone, quick PSA. You may have heard of people taking magnesium supplements. Well, if you want to start this journey like I did, there's some things you should know. There are 2 types of magnesium on the market right now. The first one is called magnesium glycinate. It's pretty good. It could help with your anxiety, might help you sleep better, could be good for the joints. The second one is called magnesium citrate, and it'll make you shit your brains out. Guess which one I got? What happened to me this morning is something I can only describe as deeply traumatic. It's a trauma so appalling and dreadful, I'm scared that the horror of it has etched itself in my genetic code and will therefore be passed on to each of my descendants.
Yeah.
Who will have an inexplicable fear of toilets. There is no moisture in my body. I'm crying right now. You can't even tell. Because there are no tears. My insides have shriveled up like a California raisin. All right? Feels like my digestive system has been wandering the desert planet of Arrakis like Paul Muad'Dib. You might be thinking, Andrew, you sound pretty subdued considering there is a dragon slumbering inside me. I dare not wake it. I dare not.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, I take the other kind at night. The glycinate. I think it's glycinate. Yeah, you want glycinate, you guys. Take that at night.
My God.
Uh-huh. Yep. The other one, it'll make you poop. It'll make you poop. Mm-hmm.
I mean, people were
Yeah.
suggesting, and I think that they're right. He should have just been like, "Can anybody do my colonoscopy now?" Because he basically did the prep.
Right.
He did the prep.
The prep is over. Completely over. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. C. Douglas, thank you. C. Douglas says gators eat dogs as treats. They do.
They do. Listen,
Especially
this is
the
why when I
size dogs.
when I come to visit, I'm just gonna have a firearm with me. Okay. I
You
know
don't need to bring one. We have
Okay,
plenty.
well, I'm gonna just I'm gonna have it in a little guest house. I'm gonna have the firearm with me at all times because if I see a gator, I'm just gonna shoot it, you guys.
You're gonna get in trouble. You don't want to do that. They're kind of protected there.
Well, then I'm gonna bring a silencer. That's what I'm gonna bring. No one's gonna know. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. So you mentioned the other day how like all of these daredevil-y kinds of things are showing up in your feed. Like it's just your algorithm now.
It is
I'm
now.
starting to get them too, like on your behalf. Apparently.
What is happening? Because they know we've been talking. It's like the black helicopters have been circling. They're like,
yes,
you know.
So this one, I forget what this is called. This is the thing where you like you strap like you're basically free falling. There's a name for it, like jump something jumping.
Oh, I
You guys
don't
know what I'm talking about.
the free fall. I don't know. The free falling? I don't know.
Something jumping.
I don't know because I'm never gonna do it. So I don't know.
Well, I guess this woman's husband does this kind of jumping, right? Base jumping. Yes. Thank you, Dan.
Base jumping. Yes. Okay.
Base jumping. So I think the husband does it frequently
my
enough that he was like really, really, really wanting his wife to try it. And she finally did.
Oh my God.
And they record it. And the guy that is doing it with her, like the guy that she's strapped to, is so fun and like so encouraging. That it ends up being fun. But there's no way in a bazillion years that I would ever do this. Ever, ever, never, never, ever. Watch.
No.
I'm not looking down. I can't tell. Oh my God.
You got this.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I think I just stutter stepped.
There's no freaking way.
Okay. Holy fuck.
We're gonna baby step forward now.
Okay. Oh my God.
I would have crapped my pants already.
That works for me.
The magnesium would have kicked in.
Listen
You're
to
standing
him.
on the edge of a cliff.
Holy fuck.
What's going through your head right now?
I don't know. I'm so scared.
Anything you want to say on video before we go?
I hate my husband right now. I hate him so much.
He signed you up for this.
No.
No.
Show him how strong you are. Are you ready to base jump?
Yeah.
All right. Join me in counting at 3.
Okay.
Jump after you say 1.
Okay.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Nice
Oh,
one.
fuck!
You did it!
Oh my God, I did it!
You did it! Damn right you did it! Look at this!
Holy shit!
Yeah, Heather!
Oh my God!
Look where you are right now!
Holy fuck!
You said that!
Oh my God!
Is this nuts or what?
Oh my God!
No.
Yeah, girl! Be proud of yourself!
Oh my God!
No.
Look, there they are down there.
I still hate you, Ryan. I still do. Oh,
No.
Nice
Nope.
work,
Mm-mm.
girl.
Nope.
Oh,
Not much like that, huh?
yeah, I think I got tears in my eyes. Oh my God.
So remember when we land, we're just going to pick our feet up real high, okay?
I mean, the filming is amazing,
right?
Okay.
All right, feet up. Right. You all right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd be
Get
dying.
stuck in the
I would
mud.
just,
Yeah.
You all right?
Holy
The
fuck,
mud
I'm
got us.
shaking.
How'd you like that?
I don't need to do it again.
I would never, ever, ever do that. There's
Oh my!
no
And
way.
she was holding like I could never be expected to hold on to a selfie stick or whatever that she was
She was.
holding.
Oh, she was. Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. There's.
I
no
would have been
way.
like, I can't be trusted to hold on to any equipment during this nightmare.
Oh my
No.
God. It is a nightmare. Yeah, I know. I need a drink too, David, on her behalf, like on everybody's behalf. I was so anxious watching that.
Right?
Nope. No.
We're gonna end this like with some good feel good crying, like we did yesterday. But before we get to that, this kid is a rock star, you guys.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Fire, boy, make a big noise playing in the street. Gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face. Big disgrace. Can get your get all over your place. Singing way up, rock you.
Yeah.
Good.
That's right. That's right.
I love that kid.
Yeah, that
love
kid's
him.
awesome. That kid rocks.
Settle in for a beautiful story.
Oh.
You guys ready? This is going to
Okay.
close us out for today, and it's a
There we
beautiful
go.
story, and I just love stories like this, and you will too.
Retired South Bend, Indiana Police Lieutenant Gene
I
Eister
love
says he
this.
can't drive past this apartment complex without reliving that day.
That was one of the strangest calls I think I've ever had. We have a found baby in a box. Yeah, you always wonder, what happened.
A newborn abandoned in a common hallway. It was 24 years ago, just before Christmas. And for Gene, the case of that baby boy Doe, swaddled in cardboard and blankets, didn't end after the child got to the hospital.
No, I went back with a teddy bear. Just a symbol. Let everyone that walked past know that he was cared about.
And you never forgot.
Nope. None of it.
For more than 2 decades, he wondered what became of this boy. Unfortunately, records were sealed, so there was no way to find out. Until a few weeks ago, when Gene got a phone call from a fellow officer. Guy said, remember that case, the baby left in the cardboard box? Well, you're not going to believe this.
Now that, what? And he says, he's sitting next to me.
Oh my
I said,
God.
He's what? He's my rookie.
Meet Officer Matthew Hegedus Stewart. After his rescue, Matt was placed for adoption. He always knew he'd been left in a box, but only connected the dots to Gene after joining the department. Today, he wears the same uniform Gene did and patrols the exact same neighborhood.
Full circle moment that hit home. I can only imagine from his point of view.
What it means?
Yeah.
He really can't imagine.
What a cutie.
Because what to Matt may feel like coincidence, to Gene feels divined. Their reunion, this new friendship, it's all happening just a few months after Gene's only son, Nick, died unexpectedly at the age of 36.
Oh my God.
So the timing couldn't have been any better to help fill a void that I've had to deal with.
24 years ago, Gene was called to be there for a child in need. Now, the child is set to return the favor. And whether it's a coincidence or not, the result is undeniably great police work. Steve Hartman, on the road in South Bend, Indiana.
I love that it's in South Bend too. Isn't that the sweetest thing? Oh my God. I saw that over the weekend and I was just like, are you kidding me?
Ugh.
So sweet, you guys.
Oh my God. Those
I didn't know.
stories.
He lost his son, his 36-year-old son. See, there's God again.
Yeah.
Just when you don't expect that he's around and then he's like there all the time.
Oh my God.
Such a good story to end with when everything is so crappy in the world and people are getting ready to move to Belize. See, you don't need to move to Belize.
And Albania.
Right. You don't have to do that. Just bring it in. Just bring it in.
Bring it in.
Right. Just do that. It's Tuesday, you guys.
Yeah. Don't forget to look out for our interview with Aitan Chatayat. I think it'll be out tonight, at the latest tomorrow. It's going to be amazing. I can guarantee it.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up this week, so we'll be talking about a lot of interviews coming out this week. So stay tuned for all of that, and that one especially will be great tonight or tomorrow. But then there's going to be a lot of stuff. So just gear up. You guys have a fantastic Tuesday, and we will talk to you tomorrow.